Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video I wanted to show you guys what I made with Softflex Company's monthly mystery design kit. The theme was called Thanks a Latte. That's the theme right there. And oh my gosh, if you did not see the opening for this, I'll put a picture up real quick. This kit was epic. The theme is so cute. Thanks a latte. These little charms here, I thought they were just the cutest thing. And then these beads, the things in here, like these earrings were in the box. Okay, I did not make these. They're little coffee bean beads, and there's light brew, medium roast, and dark roast. I mean, so cute. A while back, I did a coffee themed bracelet tutorial. It was a macrame project. I did the word coffee and I had a little ceramic coffee mug and one coffee bean in my entire stash. I just had one of them. If you did not see that tutorial, I'll put a picture up. You'll see the coffee bracelet. Alright, so as you could tell, when I got this kit, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And so, the first thing I wanted to do was make a necklace, of course, and I also wanted to do a bracelet, and I kind of wanted to use these beads in the necklace, but I realized it would kind of be weird, and so I thought, well, I have to use them. I cannot let them go, you know, into my hoard of beads, so I had to use them, and I realized that I needed to do the coffee cup. I did just a wire loop top and bottom. I realized I needed to put the coffee cup on by itself. Don't stack it with any beads because it took away from the look of a coffee cup. And then this one here, I did have to like put a little bead there at the top, and so I just did the blue one. And these are just so precious. And I have to tell you, I usually don't make basic earrings because they're just that to me. They're basic, super easy. Now, if it's something that is really unique, like these beads, I love stuff like this. I usually like to do more difficult bead weaving designs. If you've watched most of my videos, you would know that. But these here are just so unique. Nobody's gonna have a pair of earrings like this with the cake. The coffee cups, I just thought they were precious. So I had to do those. Okay, I love them so much. Really adorable. Now, the bracelet here almost didn't happen. The bracelet is planned the patterning from the necklace, but what ended up happening is the necklace, I actually had it much longer and it looked good, but I felt like I needed the bracelet, so I took the pattern that I had, because this pattern, if you study that, this pattern was continuous, and these beads were also added to the sides of this, and this was the back. So I just took out sections to get a bracelet length. This bracelet is, I think, 8 inches, maybe 7 3/4 inches long. I wanted to put a clasp in it, but it would have made it probably 8.5 too long, so I had to go with a stretch bracelet, which I guess is okay. And I actually managed to get a continuous design. The difference between the necklace and the bracelet is the bead caps. I have bead caps here and the rhinestone rondelles on the sides, okay, of this section right here. And if you look at this, I don't have bead caps in the rhinestone rondelles. I didn't have enough to put them in this, but even if I did have enough and put them in here, it would have added too much length. It probably would have added another inch to the bracelet, and so it just worked out for the best, really. But then again, there was a thing that I realized, so I gotta tell you about this. A long time back, I made a necklace that had filigrees, bead caps, like here, okay? Now there's 8 filigree bead caps in this necklace. Okay? Now, filigrees, it depends on the size of the bead. But in the necklace that I did in the past, so this would be the bead cap, okay? This is the bead. The filigree would sit like this on the bead. Now, when I went to do the crimping on the back of the necklace, I kept pulling it tight. You know how you grab it, the loop with the chain nose pliers, and you grab the tail with another plier and you pull it, you adjust it, right? So that you don't have too much slack in your necklace. When I was doing that, it kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? I don't understand. What happened was the bead caps were like this. My bead was sitting in it like this. So when I pulled it tight, it kept going like this. And eventually the bead went into the cap like this. So there was space. Get what I'm saying? This is the cap, this is the bead, and the bead just sat just against the cap. And when I pulled it tighter, it was bending the cap and the bead was going into the cap. So when I made this, I remembered how that happened to me, and so I intentionally I strung my whole necklace up, but I went like this and I pushed these two rondelles into the bead caps, which forced these caps to open up and go over this 10mm rhinestone, not rhinestone, Chinese crystal bead. So I did that with all four. I pushed them into there, okay? I don't know if you've ever noticed this before with bead caps when you're, you know, tightening the necklace up or bracelet, when you're stringing them, but that was something weird that I'd noticed, and so, yeah, I did that little thing there. And it does make the project a little shorter, but I didn't need the length. The length is perfect. And so the finished length of this necklace is 21 inches, okay? So I'm gonna go over the pattern with you guys. In case you got this kit or you want to get it, I don't know if it's still available. I will have links down below in the description bar. You can go to the website and see if you can still get it. Usually when I make a necklace like this, I start with the larger beads and then I put the smaller beads in between them. But for this one, I just went straight to making a pattern. And the pattern was, and it worked out, doesn't usually. I did the 7mm check fire polish bead, rhinestone rondelle, this check rondelle, bead cap, the 10mm Chinese crystal, bead cap, check rondelle, rhinestone rondelle, and that 7mm check fire polish bead. That was the first pattern I did, and I'm like, wow, that is so pretty. It's basic, but it's really pretty. And so I ended up realizing that I had enough beads that I can do 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And this here was actually continuous in the necklace. So this here was at the very back and this was added into the necklace. So picture this in half in the necklace. It was a very long necklace. If you want, you can do that. You could put the bracelet into the necklace, but then you'll only be using one of these charms in the necklace and not the second one, but you could do that if you want to. Anyways, thing is that I didn't have enough of the bead caps and the rhinestone rondelles. But it was okay because this was in the back of the necklace. It still looked good, okay? So I did that pattern first. I had it out on my board and I'm like, well, I'll put patterns in between it. And so I ended up discovering that I had a lot of these 7mm check fire polish beads. So I had laid them out and I put the pink ones in between them. And then I ended up spacing these out. I think I had them here. These here, and it was too much. Like, it was weird, so I had to pull them apart, and man, it really made a huge difference, believe it or not, separating these. I guess because they're really bright, that when they were here instead of these, so I had these swapped basically, it just did not look right. So I swapped them, made a huge difference. So I'm just gonna go straight down to the pattern here for you. Okay, so after this pattern, I then did I love these, and I really noticed some small little details in this. So the theme is thanks a latte, right? So they put ceramic beads in this. So ceramic coffee cups, right? Ceramic coffee cups. And the colors they chose. So these check rondelles right here, they are the color of coffee. And then even the, man, it's really sticking. Even these little 4mm, these are Crystal Picasso, is the color of coffee, like before you put the creamer in. So just those little details right there, even those there, I realized really this was put together so well. Okay, so after this, I did the 4mm check fire polish bead, this blue Chinese crystal, the 4mm fire polish bead, and then I did the 7mm check fire polish bead with this really large ceramic bead, and then that there. So maybe what I should do is zoom in, because I feel like I have to hold it up because I'm like too far away. Oh, there we go. This will make it a lot better. Okay, so there's one pattern, and then I did these beads. Okay, and then I did the 7mm ceramic bead, 7mm, and I had to break up the pattern again. So I brought in this bead. So this is a Chinese rondelle. I'm trying to remember the size of this. It might be like 5 by 6mm or something. And then this bead, which looks like a Pandora bead. I swear there is a real gold and sterling silver Pandora bead that looks exactly like this one with the hearts. Okay. And then I did the crystal again on the side. And then I repeated this pattern here. Okay. And then I mirrored it. So then after this, I then did this, and then I did this pattern here, down here, and then I repeated the blue bead. Okay, and then it stops, and then this is the back of the necklace. So I actually ended up using all of these here. So I did 3, the 1 light blue, 3, 1 light blue. I repeated this. I ended up ending with 2 beads at the end, and that was all of them. I used, how many did I use in here? 8? Yeah, it looks like 8 in the bracelet of the 4mm. And then I did, I did 2 on each side, and that's what the end looks like. I used the gold filled soft flex crimp tubes, and this time I folded them. Now in the past I tried folding them and they actually split on me and broke open, and I think what was going on is I squeezed them so hard that I killed them. So this time when I did it, I don't have my pliers out. Gosh darn it, I put them away. Okay, I got my pliers out. So I used these and I folded them. This is the Xuron 3-in-1 crimper tool. I love these. They're amazing. So this does 3 different size crimps, a size 3, a 2, and a 1, right? So I did the tooth part first, which slightly puts, it creases it, puts a little fold in it. And then I went to the 3-hole and I closed it up. I folded it, okay? And then I went to the 2-hole and I stopped there. So the first time I did it, I went to the 1-hole and I just squeezed the crap out of it, and it ended up splitting, and I did this twice. So I recently got the magic crimper tool and I used the gold filled crimp, and it broke on me. It opened up. It actually split in half. Now I did follow the instructions on that, so I don't know why that happened, but that's something I will have to experiment more with. But yeah, I did that, and I took my jewelry loop and I looked at this through the loop, because like I said, it actually in the past split. It cracked on me and it just opened up and fell apart. So I did not see any splits or cracks. Okay, so I managed to figure that problem out. Okay, so that's the back of the necklace, and when you're wearing this bead stops right at the back. So when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, this here stops right at the back, and all of this is just behind your neck. That section there with the smaller beads. Just how I like my designs. So I will hold this out like this and just real quick show you the pattern. So this here is the same pattern from 7mm to 7mm. Okay, and then this here is the same pattern, and I have this 3 times in the necklace. So here and here. Okay, now I could have had this again down here, but they would be too close to me. It would look weird. Get what I'm saying? Like these could have been down here, but I needed them in the bracelet, so I didn't end up doing that. See, I have 2 in the bracelet right here. Okay, and then there's 2 of these, and there's 1 of this. Okay, see that in the design? Now in the bracelet, I really wanted to put a clasp in here, but I couldn't. It would have made it too long. So I ended up making this pattern. So if you look, okay, I'm so close on the edge. Right here, okay? Now, again, I'm missing the cap and the rondelle, but here's the pattern. So if you turn it, oh, heck, how did I do it? Oh, this way. Okay. So here's this, and then you turn it, and then there is the 4mm, the blue bead, and then you turn the bracelet. There it is again, and then here it is, okay? Now I had to stop here. I could not repeat this because it would have been too long. And I thought, if I flip the design and do this again, it made it continuous. Does that make sense? So if you study the bracelet, if you stare at it, these are across from each other. These two patterns that are the same. These are across from each other. These are across from each other. And these are across from each other. Doing the pattern this way, and this charm, by the way, is on top of that 4mm. Doing the pattern this way was the only way that I can think of to actually make a bracelet that was the correct length in order to wear it. So, yeah, that's why I designed it this way. So I hope this makes sense to you. Alright? So I think this is pretty much it. This is not actually bead mat, by the way. This is a dish drying mat from the Dollar Tree that I'm using as a bead mat because it is enormous. And yeah, usually stuff doesn't stick to it. It's because of the filigree, the little teeth on those beads is sticking to it. But this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little project share. I just thought this was so cute with the theme, the beads that they had in it. I could show you my leftovers real quick. I usually show you that, and I didn't show you this time. I did use most of the beads. So I had 4 of these pink ceramic left. I had 1 filigree for some reason. There was an oddball. I had 5 of these rondelles left over. I didn't use any teardrops, and I didn't use any of these cubes. Ceramic cubes. And these here were on the ends of these ceramic beads. It's like part of stringing them after they make them or something. And I had 5 of the blue 7mm beads up. And I didn't use these. I'm not crazy about these. Fabric. They're crocheted. But I'm not crazy about these beads. They kind of remind me of the little fur ball beads and like the fur ball keychains. Have you seen those? They're kind of strange. So this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little video here. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me in my social media sites. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and X. Thanks for watching.